Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Taking Up Space, a Michelle A. Mayer podcast. Always excited about coming forward, y'all. Today's no different. On today's episode, we're building up self-confidence. I'm building self-confidence across the board today. I'm speaking to the winners that are all watching this podcast. You are a winner. Did you know that you're a winner, friend? I came here to tell you today that you are a winner. There are some people that are ascending to winner status. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that you are not going to make it there. I'm not saying that at all, but I'm saying that there is an ascension that needs to take place. And I'm going to be speaking to the winners and those that need to ascend to such things today, to congratulate and to act as motivation or maybe even a redirection to those that may be trending in the wrong direction and that may need to be reminded of the goal, or those that may be trending in the right direction and that haven't reached that winner status yet through experience and they just need motivation to keep going. This is for you. I did a video yesterday on my social apps, TikTok Live, and I had washed my hair and I had set it and did all the little plugging my products, my phenomenal flaxseed gel that I'll be selling within the next couple of weeks on my website. All natural product that will do nothing but bless your life. It's a all natural product that will help manage your hair, grow it, strengthen it, and beautify it. And while I was doing my hair, I was just communicating to those that were watching some things that I had seen on social media. And I'm going to use the video that I saw and that I communicated in my TikTok Live yesterday as the foundation piece to this conversation that I'm having with you today. Yesterday, I saw a video of, I can't not stop thinking about it. I mean, it's not dominating my thoughts, but it's there underlying mostly everything that I'm thinking or have thought of since then. It was a video of three lizards. And they were double teaming this one lizard. They had the one lizard in the middle and each lizard on each of its side. And their mouths were on his head and neck area. And it was as if, I don't know what they were looking to do. If they were going to attack him, you would have thought that, okay, one lizard has his head, then the other lizard can go towards the body area and begin pinching off pieces of his body if they were looking to unalive him, right? But as I ponder the visual and I remind myself of what I see, they weren't trying to unalive him. My mind immediately said when I saw the video that they were looking to stop him. They wanted to stop his progression. They wanted to humble him. That was an act of somewhat, I guess in the lizard kingdom, inflicting some form of dominance upon the lizard that was being attacked. It was a control mechanism. A control mechanism that neither one of the lizards could have done on their own against this one lizard. That's why they had to double team him or her. I don't know what it was. They double teamed the lizard because they could not stop or affect the trajectory in which the lizard was moving otherwise. They couldn't do it on their own. So they had to come and sabotage him or attack him or her, catch maybe him or her off guard to debilitate the lizard from moving forward. So you got two lizards on each side of the neck, you're in the middle, and the lizard is moving forward, carrying the weight of the two lizards that are attacking it. Moving forward, full speed ahead. Now he's not, or she's not moving at the rate that it would normally move if it didn't have the weight of these other two lizards. And that's my word for you today. And I said this yesterday. Many of you should be so proud of yourselves. Many of you have been attacked by lizards. Literally. They have looked to stop your progression. All three of them were lizards. They all come from the same species. Yet two are attacking one that's smaller than the two that are attacking it, looking to stop the movement of this one. And the one that's smaller is prevailing because it's still moving. It still sees itself capable of overcoming this challenge that has come out of nowhere. And all it knows is I got to keep moving. And so that's what it does. And many of us in life are like that. We experience attacks. They come like attacks from fellow people. Our own brethren and sistren attack us. And in the attack, we still must move forward. We can't abandon everything and just allow ourselves to focus in on this attack. Because in doing so, everything else crumbles. Or potentially will crumble. If not aligned properly to something stronger than yourself. If God is not watching you, friend. If God is not privy to the goings on in your life that provoke the attack, they will crumble. But a lot of times, these types of attacks, like those three lizards were experiencing, those two lizards were engaging with that one lizard. These types of attacks, these orchestrated attacks, are not out of the blue. They may be to us because we don't know the calling that we have over our lives. We just think of ourselves as regular people like everybody else, having extraordinary experiences here and there. But God knows the attacks. God knows the calling over our lives. The enemy knows as well. That's why they come and they sabotage you. They find any reason to come and justify an attack. Anything. Make a mountain out of a molehill. For no other reason, outside of the fact that they know that there is a calling over your life that you don't know of. You don't know it. And they rather catch you while you are in your ignorant state, in the hopes of you disqualifying yourself. You play yourself out of position. Out of ignorance. Ignorance of what? Ignorance of your alignment to God. Because that's the only thing that gets you through. Looking at the video yesterday of these three lizards. They had this lizard by the neck. They were not letting go. One lizard had him by the neck and the other lizard, to make sure that the one that had him by the neck did not let go, had the other lizard by the mouth, clamping down to make sure his mouth would not open, that he had extra strength on his grip. Yet there was someone that saw it. This is where God begins to move. Someone saw it. The lizard doesn't interact with humans. A human saw it. The lizard don't interact with humans. They run away from humans. Yet they are exposed. They are out in the light because the attack is so vehement that they don't care. They're out in the light. They want to get this lizard. Yet this lizard is moving. It's moving as much as it can to try to find a way around it. Yet God sends a vessel in the form of a human that sees all that goes on. And something in the human spirit, not knowing the laws of the lizard kingdom, not understanding the language of lizards, not knowing the backstory of what brought such a thing on, a human catches them in the act of attacking this one lizard. And something within the human spirit, the human psyche, the human emotional realm, the heart, says, I can't allow this. I've got to do something about this. And it is that aspect, that singularity aspect, in which God moves. You see, we're all being tested, y'all. You got to follow me on this. These are in the small things. Something as insignificant as one would think of 3 lizards, but highly symbolic, rich in symbolism. Yet you don't need to know the history of the symbolism. You can feel it. I spoke to, on the last podcast, of Egypt and how through mathematics, the pyramids of and Karnak and the temple at Karnak and the Giza Plateau and all these different areas were erected, and how humbling they are when you really look at them and you understand what you're seeing mathematically. They humble you to them just by seeing them. It's bewildering. It's strange. Every time God moved and showed himself, I can't say every time, many times that God moved and showed himself, it was in strangeness, wasn't it? Look at Moses. The bush was burning. And that was the only reason that Moses could lock in on it, was because he was bewildered by it, perplexed. What is that? It's the same thing with them 3 lizards. You lock in and it has your attention, and that is the avenue. The attention is the avenue. The focus is the avenue of which it can speak to you. And it always speaks to your heart. God speaks to your heart, friend. Yet if you don't allow it to resonate within you, you deny it. You have denied your God. You have shut the door on it. You have said, I don't care. I don't want it. I'm too busy, lost in the dream. I got a hair appointment. I got a nail appointment. I got to go pick the kids up. I got to go do this. I got to go do that. A bunch of nothing is what you say you have to do that's more important than that. When in fact, there could be nothing more important for you to do. Any of your activities that you justify ignoring the movement of God for will do nothing for you. They hold no value. They're like dust. There's just nothing. No nutritious value, no heartfelt value, no spiritual value, nothing. Yet that strange thing that's tugging at you, that's calling you to it by way of its strangeness, it will serve you in a multi-dimensional way. It puts a check in your particular box regarding your particular life. Because a lot of times these situations come to see where you are emotionally. How do you, not even emotionally, they come to see where you are spiritually. Have you matured enough to truly be able to follow your heart without second guessing yourself? Will you go the extra mile when your heart tells you you should? Or do you silence that voice for the voice of nothing? Do you know the differences between them? You see, if that person would not have broken that scenario up, the lizard in the middle was already moving forward. Surely they had him by the neck. It looked bad. And an unseen force allowed for a human to come into knowledge of such things happening. And that same unseen force allowed for the human to see it and to have that experience have an effect on the human, to the point that the human was now posed with a crossroad, a decision. Do I do this or do I not? Yet if the human did not do such things, if God wanted the lizard to be helped, don't you know, friend, that a supernatural force would have made the lizards that were attacking it flee? It would have been done regardless. It would have just looked like one of the lizards let up off of them, and then that provoked the other one, and then they both ran, all three ran in their own directions. These are the things that we are surrounded by in this world. This is this life that we're in. You know, a lot of times we become so unhappy with our situations, whether because we were raised with a certain mindset that we don't feel capable of overcoming things. Maybe we go into the world feeling handicapped, not as worthy as other people in certain capacities, but we want to look like we are. We want everybody to respect us and to show us honor and respect, so that we're not ostracized, we're not labeled less than. We don't show that we're struggling in certain aspects. So we put on a happy face, we put on a facade. But that does not mean that's exactly who we are. Yet when things happen in our lives and we're put in situations where we're at crossroads, where we are at a decisive space where we say, okay, do I do the right thing? And it's going to take me a little longer to get to where I really desire, but I want to do the right thing. Or do I do this easy thing? A lot of times the people that feel as if they're not capable, maybe they struggle with self-worth, they are usually the ones prone to defaulting to the wrong thing. I'm not saying everybody that, grows up and feels capable and worthy doesn't default to the wrong thing either. That's not true. But usually you're seeing mostly people that have not had a strong knowing within themselves. They're not grounded truly within who they are. They're not truly standing as a man. They look like a man, but they're standing as a hurt boy. Or they look like a woman, but she's standing as a hurt little girl. She looks like a woman. She looks strong and capable. She seems like she has all the right answers, and she does all the right things, and she wears all the right clothes, and she has all the right people around her, and she has all the right jobs, and she has all the right living arrangements. But internally, she's a broken little girl. And you got to be careful with these situations, because you can intermingle with these people, whether through marriage, You could marry a broken person, have a whole family with a broken person. And it will ruin the trajectory of which God had established for you to trend. Now you're bound to this broken person. And if you leave the relationship, they want you to leave broken. Because broken people want other people to be broken as well. It's a pain that they feel like they've got to push off on other people. The topic at hand was you're a winner. You are a winner. We are all born here as winners. But just because you were born into the world of light does not mean that you have won. You have won in the sense that you were animated and created within this realm. And all things are possible in this realm based upon how you see yourself. But to continue to be a winner and to progress as winners do, you've got to ascend. You've got to continuously overcome. Yet there are those amongst us that don't overcome. You can see it at jobs, y'all. I don't want to, I'm going somewhere with this. I'm trying to convey what Spirit has on my heart to convey. So just follow me with this. It could be a situation at a job. You got the job. You got in that company just like everybody else. And you get in and you're doing your job and people like you. And it seems like usually it's not the management that doesn't like you usually in the beginning, if you ever have any type of friction. It's usually the people that have been there the longest, that know the system, and that are friendly with some aspects of management. They have a good name within that environment, and management trusts them and their word in getting an understanding of who's who and what's what within their peer group, those people that are friends with management's peer group. They're usually the ones that are feeling some kind of a way. Your peers. Glorified peers, but peers. I mean, they got in the organization just like you. And they will try to make it very difficult for you because of their own fears. Whether they fear that you're going to replace them, whether they fear that you're going to outwork them and now they're going to have to work harder, or whatever the issue is, some sort of childhood trauma, whatever it is, there's a fear there. And now they look to make it very difficult for you to do the fundamentals to your job because they want you up out of there. And they'll justify it and say, well, you know what? I came into this organization and I had to work hard and nobody gave me anything. Yeah, that's true. Nobody gave you anything. Nobody gave this other person anything. But nobody gave you an extra hard time either. This is the unspoken part that nobody speaks to. This is what defaults back over to the lizard. It's the same thing with the lizard. All three lizards. Two of them were bigger than the one that they were jumping on. They're all made up with the same stuff. What could have been the issue? Fear. It was some form of fear that caused that. It's always fear, y'all. And people will justify things because they will betray their past. They will forget all of the things that they've done along the way just to justify an act of inflicting harm or making someone have a difficult time because they're afraid. And if they feel as if they can overcome the person with wickedness, it's as if they're enthusiastic. For the first time in their life, you'll hear them singing. You're like, are they over there singing? Oh, they must be really up to some wickedness. He over there singing. He must really feel like he got the cat in the bag. All from wickedness. All these things from trying to be wicked to somebody else. All these things came from that video I saw. They would rather come up off of you or try to come up off of you by doing wickedness than to go out and establish something righteous for themselves. They don't have, most times people that do these things, they don't have nothing going on. They ain't doing nothing. I could understand if you over there writing a book, if you over there working on a screenplay, if you over there drawing, if you over there doing a podcast, if you over there studying something, going for a degree in something, you ain't doing nothing but plotting on other people. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I'm here to tell you, this is going on. This is truly going on. And they hurt no one but themselves. No one. It will all come 360 degrees circle right back, boop, to them. And when it comes back heavier, because it comes back with all of the burdens, all of the negative energy, all of the negative thoughts, all of the negative actions, all of the stuff that they wish for that other person. It's never left them. It's just accumulated and accrued along their walk, roundabout, right back to them. This is my word for you today, and the word is that you're a winner. You are a winner. And it is because you're a winner that the attacks are so monumental. I know you didn't decide to be a winner. I know you didn't go about life saying, I'm going to be a winner. I know you went about life doing things the righteous way. Instead of testing the wicked path and saying, I'm going to test this and see what the wicked path is like. You might have for a certain interval in your life, and you said, this doesn't feel good. And because of that, you said, I'm going to now test the righteous path. And you began testing the righteous path. And because you were able to test the righteous path and you found it worth your time and fulfilling, you stuck to it, you ended up a winner. That's the default to the righteous path, is being internally a winner. You winning at whatever you put your hand to, whatever you focus your attention on, you're a winner. The level of this does not ever leave you. It is of God, and the things of God do not depart from you. They just move when you move. They morph into whatever you decide you want your attention to be put upon. Whatever you put your attention on, they morph into that. Oh, you don't want to do that anymore? You want to do this? Okay, that's still going to be regal, and it's going to go no further than what you had it at, and it will still be monumental, but now we're going to change. You've changed your attention, and you're focusing in on this over here. Now we're going to infuse that winner spirit into that, and that will be just as monumental. That's what the gifts of God do. That's what makes you a winner. That is a winner's spirit. So that all of those that are out here singing and thinking that they've finally gotten the formula, got the formula this time, and we're going to get them. They don't ever feel that. They don't know nothing about that. They're looking for a hookup. They're looking for an easy lick, not knowing that the easy lick they're looking for is them. They their own lick. They setting their own self up. Why? Because of the spirit in which they use, the vehicle in which they use, the set of eyes in which they view the world, and the spirit in which they go about interacting within the world. It only negatively affects them. They got a whole environment of negativity that they feel like they can't escape from. Never in a million years do they ever decide to change their minds and to change their actions. Ever. The only thing that they think about is coming up with a new lick. What's the new gimmick? What's the new move? What could we do today to get them? Only thing they're going to get is themselves. And this is what's so amazing about this to me, is that these people that do these things, y'all, have the most to lose. They one phone call away from a terrible situation. All of the negativity that they have accrued along their paths in life of trying to harm innocent people, just picking with people. You don't think that matters? You don't think that you're going to be held in judgment from that? You know what I find amazing is that when you bring things up to people and you tell them about it, like if you were to say, you know, all of the wickedness you've done, all the things you've done against innocent people, you don't think you have to pay for that? When you say that to somebody like that, they get offended. When you tell them that they are going to have to pay for that, when you remind them of their current state of affairs and how slippery that is, and that they should not be out here throwing stones at people because they're really not in a position to do that based upon things that they have actualized in their lives that they're standing within, they get offended. Like you've said something threatening to them. No, I'm trying to help you. I'm telling you these things so that you can stop hurting yourself, because you're putting yourself in a vulnerable position. All because you want to try to hurt innocent people. I'm here to tell you, it is not your role as children of God to be beat up and berated by other people. When Jesus said, turn the other cheek and all these things, Jesus meant it. And in a sense, it's metaphoric for don't go down to their level. Don't fight fire with fire. You fight fire with intelligence. You've got to learn the attributes of that fire. And in you learning the attributes of that fire, you dominate that fire. You don't take yourself out of alignment with God to go and war with someone that has lived in misalignment their entire life. You forfeit all of the value of your walk. All the experiences, all the spiritual momentum that you have built up thus far is good for nothing if you do that. It evaporates. It goes away. Yet you intelligently move in the direction that you need to move, and you speak truths along the way to those people that are negating you. Regardless if they're offended or not, who cares if they're offended? Do they care if you're offended? Most times you've been kind to those people. You've been a blessing to them. They've never blessed you. What do you care? Be offended. You're a winner. You are absolutely and positively a winner. And you're not a winner because you were just born in the world of light. I'm speaking to those that are winners because you have a winner's mindset that follows with action in your life. Verifiable action that you can speak to, that you don't need to go run around and tell people about, but that you rest well in knowing every night. And because of that, there is a covering over you. God covers you. God will protect you. Why? Because God's signature is all over you. God takes it personal, your walk. Just like that lizard. God will send you vessels of assistance that you do not have to scream and holler for, that will be led to you to assist you if need be. God will do the same in the form of supernatural forces in your life. God will put an angel round about you, multitudes, a whole family of angels round about you. God will give your sound, your word, authority, so that when you cry out, angels immediately come to your defense. God's attention is on you, friend. So we don't worry about the little hookup boys. We don't worry about them. They worry about us. They worry about us, friend. This is my word for you today. You are a winner. And don't let nobody tell you different. And if you haven't won yet, stay on the path, friend. You will. You will through experience. You will. And you will continue to win. It's not just one win. It's a lifetime of wins. It's a build. It's a mindset that you must have. And then you standing in it, owning it, and knowing it's true through and through, it becomes contagious. So much so that it exudes from you. And others that come into your proximity, into your universe, they feel it and they see it as well. All things of God can be proven. You see a result from them. They're not pie in the sky, I hope. I'm just saying it. No, it is grounded in truth. There's permeance to it. As long as you stay in that stasis, there's permeance to it. You're a winner. This is my word to you. All because I saw the 3 lizards. All because I saw those 3 lizards. Long story short, the lady broke up the 2-on-1 unfair attack that they had on the lizard. And he ran off. He ran off better and wiser. Yeah. He ran off and he knew what it was like to be attacked by 2 larger lizards. He knew what to do and what not to do moving forward. He learned something about us people and how we can assist. It's interesting. All is well. This is my word for you today. You love more than you'll ever know. I'll never stop telling you. Be good to yourselves and be good.